Hello and welcome to Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. This game, probably the coolest game for me. It hits all the right notes. Anyway, I already talked about that. So this is mostly for my board game geek, video game geek friends to see what I've been working on if they care. But anybody can see. So this is my sort of tour. This is my original city. Built this right off the border. The border's right over here, right there. Um, so I started off with this little food factory. I have a little uh, grain silo for the trucks to dump the crops into so that it always has grain. I think it's full right now. Yep, that's good. Started off just taking it from the border and bringing it there though. But get farms up pretty quick. They're not too expensive. Um, Change from normal is I used a big shopping center as opposed to a small shopping center. I like that better because it holds more stuff, so it's less likely to run out between truckloads. So it started with gravel roads, mostly a little bit of mud roads at the very beginning, but you quickly upgrade to gravel. I didn't get this to pavement. See, you're still missing a spot there. Because, I mean, there is a back road, but yeah, that bugs me. We gotta fix it. Right there and right there. And that construction office isn't really doing anything else, so it should be done rather quickly. Alright, so we have... I built on like a meat production area where I had livestock after I got crops. And then I was like, that's not enough livestock. So I have all those guys. Um, Up here we have a fuel refinery. We got the gravel production, which was an early thing. Gravel comes from here, or quarried stone comes from here, it goes to the gravel plant. You take your gravel down. And then this puts it in storage. And then this is the most important part. That takes it out of storage and puts it in the back of a truck. Super important. Then we have my asphalt and concrete plant. That's concrete, that's asphalt. Um, couldn't do the asphalt plant. Oh, I can do that now because I can pull it from another place. Like, I can make another construction office do it. Now is, of course, a horrible time to have done that. I can also have my helicopters come do it, so they'll do that. All right, sorry, why am I playing? I'm supposed to be touring. Okay, but it's just so good. So here we have, this is a fuel refinery. That came a little bit later because it's super expensive, but I started with this oil. It's pumping somewhere. There it is. The oil pumps into here, and then it goes into the refinery. But at first, it pumped into here, and then it ran into this, and then you'd get it exported. So that was keeping me balanced, getting the money. My balance is so low because I don't export anything really right now, except for power, I think, and maybe bitumen because I need to. Uh, Oil's getting exported. That's weird. Um, I don't know why we're exporting meat. That doesn't make any sense to me. I'll have to find that route. Someone's going to, and I don't mind it, but like, why, if I've had meat problems, which I have, then I'm not sure why. You know what? I bet it's coming from here. I bet it goes to there and then comes back over here, and that's fine because I have different meat production set up now, like big scale. I'm so excited. All right, so that's my first town. Here's my first farms. This was when we still had the agro farm business, agro farm building. Sorry. They're not. I mean, they got crops. Mostly they have crops because of food. Thing is full. It takes a while to save. Good grief. That's a long time. I added some trees. It looks okay, but not great. I don't really care how things look. It's about production and logistics. Blah. Design is for chumps. No, not really. This is my second farm. I didn't have enough crops, so I added a second one. And then the third one is actually for fabric. And clothing is made here, and then alcohol is made there. So some of that gets stored in here, but this didn't have a warehouse for the longest time. And so I finally built one. And part of that is I want to connect it to rail. But I haven't come up with a good way to do that yet. And connecting to rail is just annoying most of the time. But if we had a train that took this over to, say, a warehouse near each place, like here, close, that would probably be better. But it's fine with trucks for right now. And with the warehouse, it's not in danger of running out. All right, second city. So we came up, that came later after the second city. The second city was right here, but what I did was I built this coal town first, Colton. Uh, so there was coal here, and I'm like, I want coal. Coal is good. So they built a mine, a processor, and storage, and then I have a railway to move it, and then I have a coal power plant that came a little bit later. That was powering most of everything. For a while, I could probably ditch it now. Um, it's might be exporting as well, which is fine. That's just a construction office and a couple of depots because I had a bunch of trucks after I switched to trains. So here, technical university, so I can start researching things, but I think I'm out. Yep, no research available. And then, like, people go to the bus stop, so they all have to be within range of the bus stop, except for maybe this guy, but he is. Okay, so everybody's within range of the bus stop, so they'll just walk over to the bus stop and they'll get a bus to work. Or this guy can like walk over to here or here. And this is bad. This is too close. Pollution is not a good thing. I'm wondering if this says anything about pollution here. I mean, it's turned on. But health. Yeah, 96. So apparently it's not affecting things too bad. Alright. So what did I start over here? Oh, this was in the middle um, of this this coal mine and this iron mine over here. So I built up an iron mine right there. That's iron. You can tell it's a different color slightly. Different color. And then we bring the coal in by train and drop it here. We can also get it dropped there. You don't actually need this unloading station, I found. It will drop, I mean, it basically just dumps it wherever. It might be a little bit faster, but it's probably not worth it for the resources. Then we make steel in here. It's not making anything right now because we don't have any room. And so we have a full thing of steel. I could export this and make a bunch of money, but I just use it in-house basically. That train is refrigerated cars. Up here we have another oil pump. So this is my first oil train route, was from here. And I built things just out of range of the power supply, and so I just built these windmills to power everything here. This is powered from over here. These power here. And it works, but only when the wind's blowing, so it's kind of annoying. I don't recommend. Then we had another pump over here. Just there was some oil there, so I was like, oh, that's close enough. I can hook that up via pipes. So there are underground pipes that run over here. And so now 2 pumps in there, which is nice. So it goes faster. And then we ran up here, and there was some oil here, 2 pumps worth of oil. So we have a pump there, a pump there. It fills this, and another train, or the same train actually, comes and picks it up. So it picks up everything from here pretty much, and then runs down here, sits there until it's full, and then it runs over to the oil refinery, and I get fuel. And another train brings the fuel out to different places. Alright, so after this, I was all, let's make construction stuff. So like, I have that mine there. But right here is where I really started in on the other resources. So I'd already done bricks because I had coal coming down. I'll show you where I did that in a second. Here's where my prefab panels come in, and cement. So I just started making cement in-house on this town, and then it's connected via things to here, conveyors to the concrete plant. So cement makes concrete. This I think is the bitumen is brought in by truck via distribution office. Right. It's not that one. Can't be that one. Why does it get dark? Over here, prefab panels. So cement is super important for that. And then this is just gravel, and literally a truck goes from over at the gravel pit here, grabs it from the loader, comes down here, unloads right there, and it goes over to the storage and back in. And that's prefab panels. I think that's all it takes. Cement and gravel. And you get prefab panels. So that's nice. I could have used the internal storage, but I really like external storage. It just makes things so much easier. So prefab panels get picked up there and go to all the different construction areas, but they also go here, which allows it to connect by train. That guy's sitting there waiting for the train to come pick it up. And I have one train and it goes gets all the resources. And we do a similar thing down here because I was like, oh, I want to make boards right there. Wood comes in, makes boards, and bricks. There's a coal comes in and makes bricks. They're simple stuff really. And then like I can't access this by train, so there's my train, and there's my boards and bricks and storage. What is this missing? It does not have something. Let's look at it. Is it steel? Yeah, no steel. So it will fill up steel. Sweet. Alright. So it's going to get the steel right now, which is fine. I just like saying which is fine. I think I picked that up from Catherine of Sky or something. Alright, so that's what those guys are doing. They're making construction materials so I didn't have to import them. Alright, so that's back to first city, third city. Alright, so next I went down here. What was here? Well, more coal was here, and I felt like we didn't have enough. So we now have coal, two processors, and then a big storage, and then train lines pick it up, bring it to steel mill. But right now steel mill's not running, so not a big deal. Not doing much. Here we have that's electronics. We don't care about that yet. That came later. So here, this is Braprova. Yeah, I can't even pronounce my own town names. And I was like, I want to have lots of gravel production, and so I made like all these, and then I don't even use these two because it's just too much. So they have, each one goes to a small storage, then they pump it to a big storage, and then they pump it out to the train or the cars or asphalt and concrete. Now, this is where I set up my helicopter construction area. So I got all the little helipads next to everything so they can pick stuff up. This one is picking up, gravel, pumps from there to there, and then hits there and there. And then this picks up the concrete, this one picks up the asphalt, and then I have this helipad that's connected to these. So that's your steel, your prefab panels, your bricks, and your boards. I can fill that by train, but I don't think I do at the moment. I think it's by truck, but I hooked it in. It's been hooked in, I think, since I started this area with trains. My train lines are terrible. Like, look at this one. This is a fuel line, so it has to come all the way around everything to get into there, and then it like, and there's this weird connection here and weird connection here. I have no idea what I'm doing. It's great. But that lets the trains turn around, so that's kind of important, actually. This is just a meat plant. So there's my helicopter construction office. Oh, look at them. They're so cute. I love it. Love the helicopters. And then, so I have my 8 helicopters, and then within we have 2 excavators, a bulldozer, a paver, a roller, and a crane so that we can get all the things done. Alright, so I was like, after that area got built up, I added the radio station and TV station to that one. I could add more radio stations and TV stations, and I think I should. So that's probably coming in the future, just to specialize them. We'll have one that's good for culture and maybe one that's good for government loyalty, or yeah, just the more options the better, I guess. So I made Riverside. Riverside's my tourist town. That's where all the dollars are coming from. It's literally all tourism income, and um, it's got hotels, and hotels actually take food and alcohol and meat. So that was interesting. They're not holding many tourists. This is by boat, so like a boat's gonna come in, and then it's holding 66 tourists, and they will start paying me money as soon as they get here. But I don't import anything from the U.S. Or from the NATO bloc, so I just get money from them. And then I have like all the touristy buildings in here that I could fit. Like this. Oh, that's the headquarters of the Communist Party. So that's kind of the college down here. Am I having trouble? No, I'm still getting doctors everywhere, so it's apparently working. All right. So that's what that looks like. I don't know. There's another big store. I didn't show you this. I didn't talk about it. This is a small store, and so I hooked a warehouse to it and a meat storage to it, so that it would have everything and lots of storage. And then I had to build extra stores here because it just wasn't. There's too many shoppers. Oh, these ones have road cargo stations next to them. They don't hold anything, but they make it easier to drop stuff off, and so I can tell them to wait until full. I could also use a distribution center. That might have been better, especially maybe now that I'm bringing food in and meat in by train. Where's that going? Oh, no, it goes there and then the meat goes here. So food comes in here and it's actually directly train connected to there. And then the other ones, I think, not sure where they're getting their food right now. I think I moved it. Let's see what the lines are. Food is coming from Poeta's warehouse, which is right there. Which, I mean, that's probably the best way to do it. And then Poeta's meat storage, so that's good. Electronics assembly hall. So they bring electronics directly from this assembly hall. That's interesting. I have them there. I could just have it close, go there. Oh well, it's working. Doesn't mean it's good, but it's working. Alright, next thing. So, built the tourist area. I think we talked about that. I took screenshots. This is where I build the boats. I don't actually build them. I buy the boats. And so next was Lakeside, which was built. What is this even doing? Oh, food factory. So my original food factory was okay, but I wanted it all accessible by train, and I couldn't do that in that space. So this is pretty much always full now. It's got tons of crops. It keeps bringing more crops. This is like the first stop on the crops line. Make sure we have food, and then we go make sure we have other things. Look at that train. Brilliant. Now we got full. Yay. Alright. I love watching the trains. This is where most trains are. This is short because it's actually a food train. It's going to fill up on food, but it only needed like 10 tons to get full. I love the signals. Green light. Alright. So down here I decided I would have farms. This one has four. This is kind of my storage area. Um, it's probably full. It's not. Oh, great. That's probably going to fill it up. There we go. So I have a train that goes to the other farms, picks stuff up, brings it in. That's going up very slowly, but it's splitting it among all four of these equally. And we also do that with the trucks. The trucks distribute to them all equally. Alright, and so we have that farm, and then down here we got another farm, and they're just connected by train, and for some reason I went with the roundabout way. It's okay, but it's probably not the most efficient. That one's full. That one is not. So I think what happens is the crops come over here, picks up, and then goes on to this one, and picks up whatever else it needs, and so it will tend to empty the one and not the other. Let's actually watch this guy. We need to pin that, or it will go away when I watch it. This is a pretty cool follow camera. So what's it doing? It's loading up crops. I love how it has like the value of everything right there. Why did it just turn around? I have construction signals up. I'll fix that. It's more efficient, but like... And this is the only train that runs there. It's not going to hurt anything. Maybe I'll leave it. Alright, I'm going to pick up the rest of the 220 tons that it holds. I could make it longer, but there's not really a point at the moment. It'd probably be better to get more trains. If you get more cars than will fit in the station, then it starts to really slow down the loading. Nice field there. Field. I love it. You buy little tractors and they go and they plant the field, and then you buy harvesters and they bring back. This is a terrible view. Come on, dude. Alright, there we go. And that's its route. And it unloads and then it goes back and does it again. And I could probably add another farm without having any problems. Alright, so I built this huge farm area. Most of this was done with helicopters because it's so far out. That was the point of the helicopters. But the helicopters have also built this. Up here, there's another town. Oh my goodness. This is Uraniumton. And this is Uraniumville. And this is a construction area between. This is actually just gravel brought in by train. It's the first time I got to use my gravel train. It's so nice. It's probably sitting right there. I only used 4 cars. Didn't want to go crazy. Although you can. So we make uranium here, and we make nuclear power, actually, is what we're making. So we have the mine, and that goes to the uranium processor, and then you get your little canisters here of uranium oxide. How nice. Then that comes to here and combines with chemicals and a ton of power to get UF6. UF6 goes to here and makes nuclear fuel. Nuclear fuel comes here. And apparently I have to ship out some nuclear waste. Is this even running? Yeah, it's still running. But like, that's not good. It's negative. I don't know what to do with it. I can ship it, but it's going to cost me money. I'll have to look that up later. What do I do with nuclear waste in-house? I suppose I could just store it. Eventually, I'm going to run out of storage there, but... I can always ship it. Alright. Anyway, so that's uranium tin. And then I was like, I want to build more. So I kept going. And I built this monstrosity, Vehicle Grad. Now, this actually supplies the workers for this and this via bus. Here's my suburb area. So I made lots of little houses. And lots of little parking because, I mean, I'm making vehicles. Look at all these vehicles. It hasn't even spilled onto this yet, but seriously. Excuse me. And then we have this, I don't even really know what this is. It's livestock grad. And so people are supposed to drive over here, go work in these buildings, make some livestock out of crops. That all gets shipped in. And then livestock gets picked up in the middle and shipped out to the meat plant over here. And meat gets picked up and gets distributed by train to everywhere. Alright, simple. But the people aren't going that way all the time. The people are taking their cars over here. People have cars over here. This is for the university, but yeah, it's not. These are actual, like, see, the 5 parking spots for residential. Do I have any here? Yeah, 5 for residential. 5 for residential. Why are people buying cars over here? How did they get cars? The car dealer's way over here. They couldn't drive over there. I don't understand. But most of these are like residential parking spots now. They're supposed to be not. Some of us want to bulldoze all these parking spots and just, I don't know, build the university over here or something. It's silly. Up here, so we already talked about the construction area, I guess. So this is vehicle production. It's making cars. It can also make buses for me if I need them, or any sort of vehicle. And then I throw them over here in this depot if I'm going to use them. These cars I might start exporting. But again, why export? I don't need the money. There's 37 million. I export and I don't have any imports. I don't buy any vehicles anymore. I don't fast build very much. I did a couple times just for things. I don't invite immigrants because I have 1 billion people waiting to go into houses. I have 1,700 people that need housing. That's great. This is our train thing, and again, I could export these DR Class 119s. I also have a refrigerator car there. I should probably go pick that up. I don't know if this will work. I don't know how this works. Alright, so I send this train over to get the trains and bring them to the depot, because you can't put a train together outside of the depot. It's going to come around, and it's going to go in there, and then it'll hook up to all of them, I think. Yeah. It's so cool. And I'm going to have a bunch of locomotives. Because I'm not really sure. Where are you going? It better need fuel. What? It's supposed to come down here. Come this way. Go through here and just come over here. Why didn't it do that? Where the heck are you going? Oh, I messed up this line. Like, jeez. I went to start a new line and I ended up doing that. Alright, now we'll come there. Come on. I feel like that time I should have gone the right way, though. So, it should go to the depot now. There we go. That's far better. And now it's inside. So I have a bunch of these and... Can I do 3? Yep. Can I do 4? Yep. Can I do 5? Yep. Can I do 6? Yep. I finally have cars. Okay, we don't want to use that one. We want to use this guy. So this seems to be a UI problem where you can't see below certain things. Put these two up here. I built a lot of food trains getting ready for all this monstrosity. Alright, so now I can grab meat again and do another meat run if I want to and have 2 trains doing it. I mean, it's making plenty of stuff for domestic, but like, I need a lot more houses. I'm doing these little 12 people houses and just spreading it out. I'm making it like a suburb. But I've decided that, I mean, it needs a car dealer everywhere and it needs a store everywhere so that people can get things. And then I'm going to build something kind of culture-y in there too. Like, I mean, we have the cinema over here. What's this one? Indoor pool for sport. We're doing football over there. Those all got built really quick. Nice. That's nice. I love watching them pave the road. It's so cool. They got a little paver. And you can see we have 75 people working here, but nothing getting done because a bus is pulling up with more people. So it's going really fast right now because, yeah. And so I was having big traffic jams, and apparently I still am. I tried to fix it with one-way roads, and it doesn't seem to be working very well at the moment. It was working. Maybe I added more cars? There's always more cars. So yeah, this is why you don't use personal cars in this game. It is ridiculously bad all the time. It always looks like this. I'm like, where are all these cars going? I don't know. Home, I guess? Maybe the one way needs to continue down over there. This can go across and be one way that way, or they can go up there. I don't know. That might help. They go really fast when they're going, but like one car comes up the works. So the way road changes works is it will pick it up eventually. It's based on the route when they leave. So it will start to be a one-way street. Oof. Oof. Get through there, truck. Almost need an alternate truck route. I don't know. I hate it. I think it's terrible, but that's what we have right now. Just took a right turn out of the left lane. All right. Anyway, sorry. I just get lost watching this game do this. It's like I said. It's like playing with your Matchbox cars. You had this idea in your head. This guy's going here. This guy's doing that, and then you in this game you just get to just watch it happen the way you imagined it would. And if something's going the wrong place, you can just tell it, no, that's not where you go. So, does my ambulance not cover that? All right. That's basically yeah. It covers everything. That's basically my town, my cities, my everything. So uh, that's the end of the city tour. And thanks for watching. You probably didn't make it through to here, but if you did, wow, you're amazing. Um, hope you enjoyed what you're looking at, and yeah, we'll see you.